Hi everyone, it's Julie from sproutsandstems.com here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you two peperomias I got at the grocery store yesterday. I literally bought them, took them home, put them in a cabinet, and then am just opening them now for this video. Breaking news, everyone. Quick interruption from me and Giselle. I wanted to let you know that I just relaunched my Patreon. I'm posting exclusive content, 2 videos a month. You'll also immediately get access to a whole backlog of content that I previously posted, videos and posts on there. You can send me a message on there if you want, a planty message or question, and you'll also get your name in the end card of my YouTube videos as a way for me to say thank you. I'll be posting my first video of the revamp this coming week, so I'm excited for that. And even if you're like, I'm not sure, I don't think I'm interested, just check out the link. It can't hurt. The link is in the description. And if you choose to sign up and support my channel that way, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there and posting more planty content. And we'll get right into the grocery store peperomias. Come over here, don't be shy. So, I have a Peperomia obtusifolia variegata here, and I did used to have one of these, but I got kind of bored of it and then chopped a bunch of cuttings off and gave those cuttings to my mom, so I no longer have the plant anymore, although I kind of regret that because that's one of my more popular videos, the one that I did about this peperomia. But anyway, I saw that they had these at the grocery store, and I thought, yeah, I think it's about time to add another one of those back into my collection. So I picked up that. And I also picked up this red twist peperomia. It says on the tag, red twist peperomia, and then in parentheses, Peperomia verticillata, but I think the red twist is a hybrid of the verticillata and another peperomia. Based off a quick Google search, I have not had this plant before and I don't know much about it. All I know is that it is a peperomia, and we can make some educated assessments about its care requirements based off of the fact that it is a peperomia. Okay. Now, even though it came in this super cute paper, we don't need this. Unnecessary. I see that they're in these 2 plastic pots, but they're actually in, these are just cash pots. They're actually in 2 grow pots. So, first what I do whenever I bring home a new plant is I take them out of the cash pot, and usually there's a ton of water just chilling in here. Today there's not in this one. So for now, I'll put this back in because it doesn't need to be emptied. And let's see what the situation is for this one. Oh yeah, same thing. Okay, so these cash pots are dry, so I'm just going to contain the mess. Put them back in here for now. So I'm not gonna lie, this is the one I'm most excited about. So you're going to take a look at this one first. Peperomia obtusifolia variegata. It's also fun to say, I'm not gonna lie. If you want to keep this beautiful variegation, you must give it bright and direct light. You absolutely have to, or else the leaves are going to revert to green. They'll start to be kind of like this one where there's like a little bit of variegation but not much, and eventually they'll turn all green. Still a beautiful plant, but most people buy this plant for its variegation, so you want to know how to maintain that. Many peperomias, including this one, can grow as epiphytes. So that means it can attach itself to a tree trunk, like pretend I'm a tree and this is a branch, trunk. Usually they sit like right around here, just kind of along like crooks and crags in branches and kind of grow in the debris. So on trees or sometimes even on rocks, they like a nice aerated, well-draining soil because they're kind of just in a lump of debris. They're not like growing tightly packed into the ground. They also have succulent-like leaves and stems, so they don't need to be watered that often because they have water stored. So it can be somewhat easy to overwater this plant if you don't know that, but a good rule of thumb that I like to use is you'll notice that the leaves and stems start to get a little droopy, and also these leaves are, I don't know if you can hear that, but they're very, very rigid. If I tried to bend one, it would just crack it in half. When it does come to the point where you can very easily bend it and it's just super flexible, that means that there's no more water in the leaves. They need to be filled back up again. So it's time to water your peperomia. This one, I honestly don't know. I don't know much about it. It does have succulent-like leaves, so I'm assuming it likes to dry out almost all the way, just like this one. Oh, what does this say on the back? Bright light allow soil to dry. That makes sense. That's it. That's all it says. I bet you this one, here, I'm actually taking this out because it looks like there's a little bit of mold on it. Ew. I bet you this one could probably deal with a moderate amount of light because the leaves are already dark. It doesn't really have any variegation to maintain. That is just a guess using context clues that this one probably would be okay in a lower amount of light. If you have experience with this peperomia, put it in the comments, please, and tell us about it. So this one looks pretty healthy. This one looks like it needs a little bit of TLC. I have some tools down here, so I'm just going to clean this off a little bit. And I'm not going to water it because both of them, the soil is still moist, but I'm just going to clean them up a little bit. Just picking out some of the debris. Which there's not too much of, but just getting any dead pieces out of the way. Oh. Also going to inspect thoroughly for bugs under each leaf and in the cracks of the stems. Okay, last but not least for this one, I'm going to wipe off the leaves, which I don't always do this, honestly, when I bring home new plants, but some plants tend to collect more water stains than others, and I found that this is one of them, so it never hurts. If plants are like super dusty and dirty and it's just a layer of dirt covering the leaves, then it is good to wipe down the leaves so that your plant can actually see the sun and photosynthesize. Now what I'm going to do is I have an empty fish tank. It's just a paper towel that I put on top of it. An empty fish tank that I had a terrarium in at one point, and I'm going to quarantine these two plants in there for a period of time, a few days, just to make sure there's no pests on them. That's another thing that I don't do all the time, to be honest, but I don't know, grocery store plants. I'm always kind of iffy about grocery store plants. Plus, if a plant is small enough, it's easy for me to keep it away from others. So just going to sequester these two for a few days. Okay, so that is the Peperomia obtusifolia variegata. So this one, I can tell, is going to require me to peek down in there. This is actually the one I'm most nervous about with potential pests. I mean, it looks fine, but it's just very dense and hard to see in everywhere. Going to pick out the dead foliage. Ooh, there is some moldy foliage in here, so definitely want to get rid of that. Aside from just a bunch of dead leaves that have fallen off and started to rot, the actual plant itself is looking really good. Okay, so this is actually looking pretty good. I'm not going to wipe down these leaves or anything, but I'm just going to wipe down the pot just cuz. And I'll do this one too. This one, I got a pretty good look inside, like underneath the branches and under the leaves and everything when I was picking out all of the debris, but still want to be careful with it because it is so dense and there's still some areas that I can't quite fully inspect. So again, like I said, this will be going in the fish tank. What are you doing? You want to say hi? Giselle approves. Yeah, you're just so curious. Sorry. We'll play after this, okay? Now the challenge will be, after these have quarantined, to find a place to put them because everything must be up off the ground, hanging off something, on top of something, in something, because of this little monster right here. Maybe they'll go in my greenhouse cabinet. I'm not sure yet, but that's all part of the fun, figuring it out. In the fish tank, these will go for now. This has been outside on my balcony, so it's pretty dirty. And because I'm not like keeping these in here full time, I'm not going to worry about cleaning this out. This is literally just a few days of quarantine. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this grocery store Peperomia video. The grocery store is definitely hit or miss sometimes, but it's always fun to take a little peek and see if there's anything interesting. And this time there was. Please give this video a like if you liked it and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new planty content. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.